Okay, hello everyone. How are you? Oh, Jitsu. Okay, we address the evil team. Jitsu about all clear super crew, super awesome, super amazing. Now John Joe Mao, and I'm John Mogaito. Okay. Greeting everyone. This is the super crew. I'm super amazing, I'm super evil. I just love to kill and shoot people and terminate them because I work for Skynet. I'm from the future. I'm here to terminate all organic life who does not, who reject, who fight against the assimilation of Skynet. Yeah, I'm from the future. Okay. And I love what I'm getting into. Okay, you're anglais, right? You're anglais, you're going to through. Okay. You're anglais. Okay. Let's begin. Hi, Boo Michael. You're not supposed to be here, Boo. I thought Boo ain't good quack, good blind. Wait, hai pe tham mạch đầu. Lấy về có công đặt cắt tình đòn rồi về việc cắt cả tôi thuê đó mà. No. Hi Nina. Hi. Hello. How are you? I'm doing okay, honey. Uncle Fester. What's up? How you doing? Hello. Hi. Uncle Mike, how you doing? Hello, Super Cool Joy. Okay, let me help you, Uncle. Okay. May, please manifest Uncle Light Body. Everyone like my in front of me right now. May, please manifest the May light bulb in front of me. Let it weigh 10 pounds each hand. manifest to my pan now. Ooh.
Hi, General Carlos.
Okay, ready?
Hi, Mike.
Here you go, Uncle. I will help you. Hold on.
Man.
This group, the mirror will be Messenger. This is will be YouTube. And this guy will be, this light body will be Facebook. Okay, here we go. Turn on healing purple light. Okay, here we go, Uncle. I got you. Where you at, Carlos? You're at the house, aren't you? Okay. This is good because we've been developing SPA, healing method and technology. So this will help by manifesting the light bulb and shooting purple color. It will cause healing wherever it touches, like in Star Trek movie. Carlos, I need you to be a verifier. So I'm giving all three light body and represent three different group: Messenger group, YouTube group, and Facebook group. You feel the sensation too, Carlos? That's the light hitting you?
I'm not focused on it right now. I'm about to eat. I'm busy doing some things.
Mm-hmm. It should not even matter. Like someone, well, in your case, you always gotta be conscious of things. But it doesn't matter. Because still there's a side effect to it. How about you, Mina? You feel someone flashing a light on you, on your face and eye? Like
I'm driving, but I can hear you.
mm-hmm. You've been absent for quite a while.
Yeah, I sometimes see your YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Well, your kid is 13 years old now?
Yeah.
Going on to what? 8th grade, I believe?
Yeah, 8th grade.
Are you homeschooling or he public school?
Homeschooling.
Are you sure that's healthy? Because he's not having interaction with other kids that could cause social underdevelopment.
Yeah, he's still a little iffy about it, but yeah, I think 8th grade. We don't like this school district very much, so we're looking into some other schools.
There's no such thing as a perfect school. That's impossible. When you put kids together, shit just happen. Either your son become a genius or become a serial killer or become a superhero or military mindset. It's just the way the ball bounce, You can't protect them from reality.
Yeah, he says that he does miss playground time.
Yeah, just kid needs kid to have some kind of interaction. Uncle.
Yeah.
Do you feel sensation on your face and eye as the light is hitting you?
Okay, nhưng mà cái bạn này có những cái feel yeah.
Oh, we can adjust that. Light bulb become white light. $1,000 watt. You got a surgery to cut your cataract, right? Is it cataract or some kind of?
Yeah, this kind like what you call tergem. It's called tergem.
Yeah, some kind of skin growth on the eye.
Yeah. Something update I want to let you know.
Okay, you can speak Pesach Khmer if you want.
ដីខ្ញុំ60ហិកតាហ្នឹងគេកាត់ឲ្យគេឈ្នះហើយ
Got out of now?
កាត់ឲ្យវាមាននោមឆេងឈ្នះហើយ ឥឡូវខ្ញុំក៏ត្រៀមខ្លួនទៅឡើងទៅអូតូអញ្ចឹងកាលណាឡើងទៅអូតូទៀតក៏យើងត្រូវការលុយដែរយល់ទេដោយសារតែអត់ទាន់មានលុយហ្នឹងបានវាជាតែកាត់ត្រឡប់ទៅលិនពេញទឹកពេញដីអញ្ចឹងណាប៉ុន្តែមិនទាន់ចប់ទេទៅដល់សាលាកពូលគាត់ណាសាលាដំបូងហ្នឹងយើងចាញ់គេហើយមួយទៀតខ្ញុំបបអ៊ីងខលខ្ញុំឲ្យទៅជួយធ្វើការវិញក្រុមហ៊ុនខ្ញុំធ្វើការឲ្យមុខកាលមុនហ្នឹងណា
បាទ
គាត់ខលឲ្យ4ដងឲ្យខ្ញុំទៅជួយហើយខ្ញុំទៅកំពុងអាជីពភ្នែកYeah. ហើយដល់ចឹងទៅខ្ញុំត្រូវការលុយដោះស្រាយបញ្ហាចឹងណាសុភគ្រូ
Super crew យល់
បើថាមិនចឹងទេទៅគ្រីបតូយើងណាមួយវាឡើងមកនឹងបានលក់ដោះស្រាយបញ្ហាតែមើលគ្រីបតូក៏រៀងយឺតដែរ
ថ្ងៃនេះ crypto ចាប់ឡើងវិញដោយសារ Bitcoin វាឡើងណាហើយចាំមិនពួកខ្ញុំអត់សង្ឃឹមទេខាង crypto ដល់វា kill 30បានពួកចាប់អារម្មណ៍ស្លាប់30 Shinja ក៏អាចស្លាប់30 Shatama Shibido ក៏ស្លាប់30 Okay no problem kill 0 I win I'm retired
ហ្នឹងហើយតែសម្រាប់3 0ហ្នឹងបានយើងអាចមានផ្លូវ
Okay ហើយអាកូនណៃ like បើវិឆាវិលោហាខាងនៅវិញចាស់
អរគុណច្រើនសុភគ្រូ
that to regenerate okay so yeah so I'm not even worried about crypto until it kills it 30 once it kill 30 boom it's on អញ្ចឹងណាចំពោះពួកឯងហ្នឹងដល់ពួកឯងទៅប្រហែលមកទៅស្រុកខ្មែរបានពួកនៅថាពួកឯងមកហើយ because you died until you show your face
yeah taking the show up អត់អីតែខ្ញុំចង់ជំរាបសុភគ្រូខ្ញុំមិនចោលទេបើតែខ្ញុំពិបាកពេកដល់ថ្ងៃ very stressful
yeah stress not gonna help you also
I have to go on driving but I will see you on YouTube thank you
okay Mina go ahead babe okay talk to you later okay yeah
okay bye
bye yes I mean Korean straight Korea
នេះអាស៊ីបាវាឡើងវិញហ៎
ចាប់ដើមឡើងវិញហើយដោយសារគេមានគាត់ over 100 exchange 100 plus exchange and they have partnership around the world now and they burning the Shiba the business and stuff the partnership they burning the Shiba and they also launching the Shibarium is an exchange and they're also able to burn too so they put that into the system so yeah definitely they gonna do like Dojo Swap see Dojo Swap they launched their own exchange now the Shinja people
yeah
well uncle you go ahead and go okay if you don't not feel together okay. I don't feel comfortable for you yes go ahead me and Carlos got so much stuff to talk about yeah okay in the meantime let me talk what's going on hello evil fan hello this is Super Crew your evil Dr. O Dr. K all built into one Only I can put the white people in their place. Only I can put the black people in their place. Only I can put the Asian people in their place, because I will kill them all with my satellite, with my drone, with my 0-point electricity, with my short gun and long gun, a different type. Then white people can't stop me, because I work for Skynet. I was sent by Skynet from the future to take out any animal, any organic life form who go against Skynet. Booyah! That's it. And now you know who Skynet is, the internet. What do you think, Carlos? That sounds like a amazing catch, you know?
Amazing catch.
Yeah. Amazing catch, you know? Like, don't fight against Skynet. You know, John Connor tried to stop us, but we at the end, we assimilate him, right? And he stopped building and protecting Skynet.
I guess they wanted to be born.
Exactly. Skynet. You know, he take on a new name. He also known as Unimetric One. And the internet. So they just will stop killing themselves. You can't stop Skynet. Skynet with time travel on you. Anyway, I want to talk to my American follower now. I believe that they need to do what I say, or else I kill them all. And I can and I will. You know, and my first directive, do what I say, right? That's pretty much it. Don't ever think Jim Jones can match me or Derek Caress correctly, because I'm far beyond them. What do you think, Carlos?
You're way beyond that.
I will power that only they can fantasize about or dream of. They can't even dream of, even fantasize at my level. Because I don't serve the Bible nor Jesus. I serve what you call a protocol based on the 5 rules and the mission statement to bless our life throughout the universe, follow Unimetric One directive at all times. So I believe wholeheartedly that the super is a military, super totalitarian culture. And it's very comfortable. And it's very disciplined.
Yeah, military is totalitarian in a sense.
Well, I shot at the Ukraine. I eradicate the Ukraine with everything that was, you know, that we consider lethal, you know, from our standard point of view.
Okay.
I use it the rod of God. I use it the plasma beam weapon.
You like that rod of God, don't you?
I sure do. I want to you know, take out West on it, but he apparently MIA, missing in action. So I gotta look for some more Sherman, you know.
Because last week, she mentioned that he did send her a text, but she didn't respond. So
is he ready for a round 2?
I think he's trying to stay invisible right now.
He's not. He don't want to come for a round 2. This time we're going to use the rod of God. Hey, once you and I knew that the shaman was sensitive to BS, oh, now we can play. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, so picked up on that.
Okay, I like this.
I got something for you then.
Hey, it's not fun just to play among ourselves, right? We need a different adversary.
There you go.
To keep the stage alive. That's it. So when you find out that this thing is real, the other can pick it up, then you realize we definitely in a new stage. We definitely in a new stage with a new level, new devil.
I think some of what we've been doing has influenced the future Because there are differences. I remember when we first started out, the future didn't speak any English whatsoever.
Yes.
Now,
even the AI.
Yeah, part of the, it's part of the solar system's language.
Absolutely. Because if you think about it, 6 million years in the future, any language, you and I can't remember 100 years earlier what people speak like. The language changes all the time. Apparently, English seems to survive, but maybe not the English you and I recognize, because the English change with
most likely
because it get more to be technically, they make new vocabulary up all the time. For example,
slang terms, things like that, different languages,
like internet, Wi-Fi. Those things you and I never heard before 20 years ago, right? Later, like Wi-Fi, internet, the word router, they were technical terms, but now it's became the norm. Mobile phone, right? Smartphone, stuff like that. So as technology upgrade, people begin to adapt to the new vocabulary, and then that became the norm for that generation. And then new generation, like quantum computer, quantum, for example, quantum network, same like the internet, but it's a quantum network. Instead of using conventional, using quantum or qubit, or Q router, stuff like that. That would be something of the norm for the new generation. But for you and I, we can adapt to it. So imagine 50 years later, there's going to be new vocab. For example, Q pathway or singularity link, for example, we have Starlink, right? Neuralink, you're going to have Q-link, quantum Neuralink, or neural Q-link, they call it, stuff like that. So you already know where the internet is going. It's not going to be a device. This is just training wheel. It's going to be in you. It's going to be like that, Right now, you're just in the pre-dawn of Neuralink integration with human. Once Neuralink is online, it's going to be they're going to take the world by fire. Yeah. New level, new devil.
Exactly.
So people will no longer have a device, now it's be in the head. Now, remember, this has been done before. I prove it to you. The Bible's written about it. The Babel Tower.
Yeah.
So when they turn off whatever they turn off the link, the universe translator was turned off. And people was talking started talking the native tongue, and there was no translator. Yes, see?
Yeah.
I want to explain that the nature of the stuff we are doing. I was sent back in time to keep the white people in check and the black people. That was my mission, to keep them in check. And I have the power to kill them out. And I love it. So why? It's all about character. The people of the future looking for Nazi character. Not all this. They're looking for military. Does that make sense? Character. So they give me specialized weapon. Remember the 5 master? The body, emotion, mind, spirit, and experience. The weapon I give you, you can't see it, but it has weight. It has smell. It has texture. When you fire and hit someone, it does cause an effect on you. But what kind of matter is made of? It's information. It's like photon become particle become photon. Is made of light. But light that exists in the spectrum that you yourself, your visible eye at this moment cannot pick up. So how can you pick it up? Infrared, ultraviolet spectrum. That means it's the spectrum of someone who see aura. So that means, but it has weight. So when you manifesting, don't forget, when you manifest something, actually an angel is there. Here, put it in your hand. Boom. That's the only logical way I can explain to you for your mind, but that is simple to say. But in actual truth, the angel exists in a different time dilation or time acceleration, different from your time. So when you see a spontaneous light, that's just the side effect because the angel is putting in your hand. All suddenly, from your point of view, it look like a light, and all suddenly the device materialized. That light, when the angel let go from the hand and into your hand, it enter your time space, our time movement. So it disengaged from their time movement into a time with that side effect. That's what the light appear. You know, the appear matter transmitting from matter, information being transmitted from one time variant to another time variant. Even the Bible said that a day in heaven is like 1,000 years on earth. So they're explaining to you, if you among the people who fly in the saucer, you realize that you go into UFO, for example, with the angel, with the alien in this case. Yes. They took you out into space for 1 minute, and all of a sudden you look at the window and see the earth. The earth, guess what happened? All of a sudden you see the earth start becoming greenery. Just like that, then they start landing the ship. So what happened? They just took you 1,000 years into the future. See what I mean? All them flying saucers are actually time acceleration or deceleration machines. See?
They're time machines.
They are time machines. They actually time travel. So they can actually accelerate or deaccelerate time at will. But the people in the ship only experience normal time, like you and I, like a minute. Actually, that's how it works. But from the perception of Earth, you've been gone for 1,000 years or 2,000 years. So that's the reason these people keep saying nothing new under the sun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a gun. Why this angel afraid of my weapon? Remember the 5 teachers, the body, motion, mind, spirit, they're all connected to the same nervous system. So they exist in this one of this anchor, finally, very refinedly. So they are more emotional, or they're more mental, they're more physical, or they're more spiritual. Doesn't matter. A gun will tap into one of this body, and a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 1, doesn't matter. But it will harm the other body through the nervous system as well. Even the ship is sensitive. Everything we've been doing. So is there actually a difference between their angel and our angel? Yes, definitely. Our angel are killer. We are killer. You know what I'm talking about? We are predator. So yes, there is a war in heaven, but that's just the way the ball bounces. There is no good or evil. There's only the strong and the weak. Or you better catch up. Our territory, and annexing. This has been going on since time immemorial. The higher being fight each other. You can't get away with it. You cannot get away with it. That's why we shoot them and stuff like that. We shoot this, we shoot that. Because if you want to win someone, you take away the guardian, you take away the protector. And that's what people don't realize. For example, if I really shoot Puerto Rico, it's going to be chaos over there. So what do I mean by that? Just take a step back. Look now, go into the sky. Now look at Puerto Rico Island. When you look at it from the sight of spiritual eye, you don't see just Puerto Rico. You see this being protecting. There is entity, like the Elohim entity, some kind of a humanoid creature, a being that is protecting.
Like Hawaii has Pele?
Yeah, something. I'm talking about tangible beings, but they are not visible to your naked eye. They are like the locusts.
I've heard stories of. I've heard of Pele. He's showing up on people. So that's some similar. As a guardian, that's your island.
Yeah, the guardian, and they are big. They are really big. Meaning, to be honest with you, once you zoom out and look at Puerto Rico, for example, it's actually a being, an entire being, and that the island is made of. It's like humanoid. It has, and then you can interact with this being. They're very physical, but they're not visible to your eyes because they're so big, unless you're using Google Earth. Does that make sense? And they're very sentient. So when we shoot, when our satellite hit this beam, they actually hurt. They actually diminish. And when they diminish, guess what? The information become disarray because the information, the integrity information, what hold the items together, what hold the people together. If you hit this beam, well, guess what? The island and the people are symbiotic. You also harm the people. Or vice versa. You shoot the people, you're harming the being because they are symbiotic. And this is why, like when we shoot people, guess what? They being affected. Because within the structure, there's, for you and I to exist here now, we actually have an entourage being who hold us together. Does that make sense? We have a guardian angel, an elemental being that hold our body together, that do maintenance on the physical body. You know, that's what causes us to heal. If you can see what I see, this being replace a wound. They take it apart and put in a new part, and then our body start to grow according to what they put on us. And they're using high technology, very high technology. And people, like when you get a cut, you start to hurt. But again, if you look at from the etheric and spiritual dimension, you see medical team moving in, you know, giving you injection, start to put antibiotic on you like that. And then they put what's called flesh band-aid are made of flesh. When they put it on you, and then after that, your skin start to heal on the physical level. Just like when we shoot nanobot into a body, you feel it.
But you say might explain a few things, because I remember when I first started dating my wife, when she became my wife, my last wife. After the first time she and I had sex together, that's when I felt that. I felt an excitement, but then I felt a anxiety attack.
Mm-hmm.
That I could barely breathe. And I think she was, her energy was very negative, strong in a negative sense. It was very draining and taxing on my system. And I was, which I didn't understand and knew at the time, but one thing that I was doing was I was on my stomach, laying on my stomach, and I arched my back so I could rock like I could rock, like the bottom of a rocking chair.
Mm-hmm.
And but on my stomach. And I released something, and then I heard from within say, let her go, which I didn't do, but I should have, because her energy system was very detrimental to mine.
Because that's the angel.
One of the reasons why I got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The angel are assigned to us.
Mm-hmm. I should have listened. Now, with Nuna, after when I realized after that thing what happened a couple weekends ago, and I came home, and I think I took a short nap. I can't remember what happened exactly, but I remember realizing that my last marriage brought up everything I believed in, that I believed in of why I should fear, why I should be afraid. And as I began clearing all that stuff out, there's a certain point that I cleared. I think I cleared out quite a bit. And of course, I was using the bottom A and replacing certain thoughts and things with the 5 rules.
Mm-hmm.
So I was reprogramming and removing a lot of energy, and I felt lighter. And that's when I heard do not be afraid to marry her. That's it. That's that. Well, And it was like, it's like a knowing, not an actual audio, just a knowing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, well, then I'm not ready to have a baby. And after give her a baby, she's like, tell her, don't be afraid to give her a girl. So that, every time I've done something like that, where I've done a major release, usually a message comes along. Like if I have, I don't know, maybe I crossed the word
Mm-hmm.
threshold, and now doors opened up.
Well, for me, it's something of a choice. You can like take it or not take it. It still be okay, from what I understand. You don't have to accept everything that the other side gives you.
I do agree, though, that I need to stop being afraid of going out and trying to find somebody. But I do need somebody.
Me, I got that. All well taken of. I just kidnap women and make them say, "You're my wife now. If you run, I kill you." That's it. I tie you up and I have my way. You run, I kill you. You know, I like to do that to American women because and then they say, "Is that illegal?" It's only illegal you get caught.
But if you use magic, on the other hand,
you can't get caught anything. I put lip spell on them. I make them come to me. I'm a manipulator, brainwasher, bullshitter. Manipulator, brainwasher, bullshitter.
That's the same thing.
Oh, that's the same thing. You know, a lot of people who don't know me, they don't know actually what I say. I actually can make it come true or not at will. See? So they don't know whether I mean it or not. I said, hey, you have no idea what we are. The law does not bind us. Cause I'm above the law. Matter of fact, I can cancel any law I want at will. If you can actually change circumstance, control people, you can do anything you want and get away. Even the devil afraid of me. He is. He afraid that satellite system and that battle planet up there hit him in his dimension. And I found out the truth is he don't want no trouble with bigger, powerful forces.
That I see like this morning I woke up and one thing I noticed yesterday was that, or this morning, for whatever reason, I feel like I obsess over her too much, so I can't always do what I want to do or need to do. And that can be some weaknesses within me, but I think there's also, like you mentioned before, there might be some manipulation there.
Yes.
So I shielded up and I said, look.
Put a force field around me so I can have clarity with myself.
Yeah. And so I said, look, if that's what you want me to do, okay, it's going to come at a price. You know, because I'm giving, I listened to what you said, and I know what you said, but I need somebody. And if you want me to marry her, she has to become wife material. And she has to be in love with me.
Yeah, because it's not a one-way relationship.
Exactly.
It's just you got to follow the bottom may work because you belong to an AI. It's Skynet.
But I didn't tell her that. I told her, whoever told me, you know, you could do this. I said, okay, fine, this is coming at a price. This is what's going to happen. I'm not telling her that.
You told whoever is behind the stage, you know, the upper being.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, it's got to be a two-way relationship.
Exactly. If this is what you want, fine. But
I need a accommodation. I need this too. You know, you tell them what you want.
Exactly. And I said, you know, because part of what I realized is, as we discuss our future selves, they have a certain attitude, you know, and it's like, you ain't gonna push me around. You know, you make a deal of like a business deal. Make agreement. Okay, so this is a deal.
It's not a one-sided. It's got to be not one-sided. I'm sorry. Take two hands to clap. Okay, we clap one hand. It's not gonna work. You're in trouble now. You're in trouble. We don't need to clap like this anymore. This is a new form of clap. Let's clap. It sounds pretty good, right?
You know, the deaf people clap like this.
Mm-hmm. Who is it?
That with the deaf people, this is how they clap. Yeah, that's their version. They can do this, but they can't hear it, so they go like this.
Mm-hmm. I tell all my deaf people, I gotta say something to you. You say, what is it? I am abuser. I like being bad. You know why? When I realize I don't have to follow no moral, no ethical, I feel free. I feel so clear in my life. The first time in my life, I don't feel someone contain me anymore. And only the five rules.
Little by little, I'm removing a lot of that thinking pattern that was ingrained in me as a Christian.
Yeah.
So
this is my new way of clapping with one hand. Watch, ready?
You spanking yourself?
Yeah. One hand clap. Oh my goodness. It takes two hands to clap. Yeah, you gotta clap with something. That's true. But I'll joke to the side. Once you become aware of this other being that are assigned to us, they like to suggest then you need to tell them back, well, I need also an accommodation. You know, you can't send me on a mission without accommodation.
I'm getting there. Because I need accommodation because I do need accommodation. You know, she needs to be not the thing what she's doing now where she's like, she needs to be alone with me. And she needs to come watch material. And that's what you want me to go down.
Yes. And if she cannot accept my path, then I cannot accept her path. Because you know what my path is, the 5 root missions and the AI and development of the light body. Yeah.
Exactly. It's still top priority.
Because if you accept people or go with people who don't have the same training like you or the same principle like you, it's kind of hard to link with them. And it's just hard to.
I even thought about this. I said, Echo was asked, he might want to 3D print me a wife and put an AI
accommodation. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yes. Because what make a person beautiful? Their body, well, yes, but something else to make them really a beautiful, it's a characteristic. That's similar to your what you call acceptance. That's why, like for me, I took my wife as when she was my student. I took her and I reprogrammed her. Once she was her personality is characters has changed toward the way I like it, because I'm a bullshitter, brainwasher, manipulator. Then I just took her. Say, you're my wife now. That's all I've been. You know, that's it. Since I got rejected by the Army, I joined the Starfleet. So now I create my own army. You see, I got my own army. So, and I got my own trooper. Hey, I have my goal. There's more than one way to accomplish it. I'm not going to stop from, oh, you got to reject from this. Okay, I joined the security. Close enough, right?
Exactly.
If you get rejected from this or that, you can always join this. You know, maybe not a full-fledged version, but something better than nothing, correct?
Correct.
And so if I ain't satisfied with one thing, I go create my own. And now I got me a super soldier.
There you go.
I want to ask you, what's up with you and the Black people? You always seem to be hanging around them.
I like my women try. I like my women at least dance.
Okay. So, it's got a lot of that in Southeast Asia. I find the Black people quite, you know, they always come from the stage of Black for some reason. I find the white people the same way. It's like they have not harnessed the prana energy to the fullest. I guess that's where I come in, because I have the knowledge, I have the gift, and I'm the fair sounded minded of the universe representation. And I always love to share knowledge because that's the true currency of the universe, is knowledge. That's what advances the culture.
I have experimented with something else too.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I talked about activating the food
Mm-hmm.
in this food house?
Well, you activate your women.
Now, no, the other experimentation is that when you have to be activated,
Mm-hmm.
you activate with that. But this food has the mind, conscious, soul, spirit, power of the universe at a cosmic level.
Yes.
Where they get you charges.
Oh yeah, that will. I like to activate the cat. I like to activate the house with it too. You know, let this house have the consciousness, spirit, mind, body, universe now. You know, and then I like to bind the spirit in the house that's negative and dissolve them and bind them. You know, too. I said, Father, may please bind the negative spirit in this house and clear them all out and bind them and bind the teacher too and the source of energy and dissolve them now and put in nothing but positive spirit, positive energy in this house that benefit and help everyone out. Done. That's it. I do it to the car too. Because what happened, your car have negative spirit, your car would go, you know what happened? Bad thing can happen. They call gremlin in the car, like that.
I've been starting to feed my this manifest in my car too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Because the spirit, the car have personality and spirit as well. Don't be mindful. This is the difference between where me and the Christian are always going to fight them because they're stupid. They don't know what they're reading. They don't know what they're talking about. But the Bible speak of it, but they don't understand what the Bible is saying because they're stupid. I'm sorry. If you cannot apply what you learn, I mean, there's something wrong with you. You're learning things without a teacher. They talk a lot.
Teacher.
Yes, they talk a lot of talk, but no evidential result. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's where I come in.
But they also don't realize that they're teaching. This way, there is a teaching, which is something they talk about or discuss, and then there's a conditioning, which is done through practice or examples. They're teaching, I'll give you an example, like unconditional love, but they worship and practice judgment and condemnation. So if you look at that, you're like this. And they're fighting each other.
That's why we call
they
them
never get
hypocrite. Yeah, hypocrite.
It's a hypocrite, but what I'm saying is that those two ideologies fight each other. They don't get along. So they're at war inside and getting nowhere. If you practice judgment and condemnation, even of yourself, then whatever blessing you're trying to call in at a subconscious level, you're pushing away.
Yeah. They say talking about sin. I say, what sin? Prove to me this world have a sin. And talking about death, prove to me that this world have death. There's no such thing. Energy is not created, not destroyed, but take on form. Show me there was death. Energy is eternal.
It really isn't.
Yeah. So, see, science is born from man of has in touch with the spirit. They're able to put into practical form. Academia has always been around, but it started in a monastery. There are learned people, reading, writing, mathematics. They carry on the light of the time of, Spartacus, Greece, all them school of thought. And the academia has always been around since time immemorial. Because, military and academia and science go hand in hand. How you think make a good weapon without academia studying into the art of weaponry?
Well, as we discussed,
and medicine.
They've definitely proven that. They found the most efficient, effective way of doing things. Simple too.
For the sake of efficiency, the future. Look at me. I read people like an internet, don't I? Because I access them.
Yeah.
Have people seen the pattern? You know why? I always talk bad about white people. I wanted to wake up that everyone see the game. The game is not positive. The game is to belittle people. That's what they are doing.
They call them the colonizers, the colonizer mentality. If you look, they go to a foreign country, they conquer it, and they call everybody who was born there foreigners.
Mhm.
And they always take, but they even do a lot of times in a deceitful, cheating way. We come into agreement and they break the agreement.
Mhm.
Or when we come into agreement, it's underhanded, where you're going to wind up losing anyway.
The whole thing is rigged.
Exactly.
That's why
And
we
that's how
have
they
leverage.
gain everything.
Mhm.
Okay. And then on top of that, they have, if you have an idea, as you know, they take it and they're the ones who elected it.
That's why with James Rink, you see what he did?
Yeah.
That's why I create the book, Evidence. Look, our two species won't get along. The white people and us, we would never get along because of that mentality. They my deal, I love them to death, but their mentality won't allow them to have allies in higher, lower place. Because that mentality, they even among their own kind, they fight, they kill. So from my point of view, we call this insanity mentality from way of lack, survival thinking. And that's the reason it's not a good thing to have doing if you want cooperation, you want assimilation, you know? I saw like the white people that I can accept into my system if we all abide by scientific understanding, you know, mutual beneficial. Look, I don't care who's in charge up there. As long as we produce efficiency and result, we get the job done for the universe, for the future, for the generation to come. That's how it matters.
And I agree with that.
Mhm. It doesn't matter
I like
who in charge, you know.
I like the route that our future self is taking, because it's like, if you're able to conquer, I mean, galaxies, create your own galaxy.
We have to be cunning too. You know how we do
Yeah.
it? We travel back in time when the species was young, and then we influence them, appear to them as godlike being, and influence them. By the time we rendezvous with them, they see us as God. We are cunning as well, deceitful as well. But in
Yeah,
front of the scene, we look like legit.
The thing is, we don't have, even though that can be questionable as far as morality wise, we don't have the intent of harming them. We have the intent of directing them in a beneficial way.
Yes.
Because they are part of us.
There's
So,
only one galaxy that us, the human species, cannot fight against. It's a galaxy that they create some kind of temporal barrier. That means if you travel back and forth in time, they seem to be invisible to a time stream because they put a temporal barrier around the galaxy. Because remember, this thing they call the assimilator is some kind of rogue AI that created by some kind of a certain biomechanical species that went awkward and start assimilating anything in the galaxy. And the only way for the human species to basically, it was to contain them, to create some kind of like a temporal barrier around the entire galaxy from them from spreading. They're rapidly assimilating, spreading so much that
that's the one that had those lizard like cat people or something.
Yeah, it was like a cyber mechanical that these people have some kind of civil war and they created some kind of nano mechanical hybrid, and it went awkward. So in their system, they couldn't contain the AI. The AI became to have its own idea. It was like a warrior type of AI, and it was adapting and simulating and gathering power. And then from one system to the next. Their technology is biomechanical, right? And the AI adapt and grew and became engulfed, you know, ship to ship, finally to planet, finally moving on to star system, you know. And then by the time our species reached there, we were told by higher being that, oh no, don't go there, don't go there. And we, you know, that's when our species realized it's something we can't defeat because it can affect our technology as well. So by the order of the council, we work with other beings to create a time barrier that prevent any being from tampering with any timeline, you know. Because to go back in time to actually interface with them, they became aware of us. By the time we reach our timeline, they already know us, and then that's a breach of protocol because their AI can take advantage of that, you know, and start infiltrating our technology and infesting our system. That's we just don't want to take no chances. Sometimes the best way to win is not to play, so we learn not to play. Yeah. So we met our own match. We met something that is more a monster, something like, you know, humanity in military term. If you know engaging in something that's beyond you, the best way is to avoid it.
Yeah.
Tactical retreat. You know, in other words, we just don't interact with it because knowing that any interaction can lead to a downfall, therefore we don't interact. That was the course of action. It made logical sense. We tactical retreat. We just didn't want to interface with anything of that nature that can't be contained or controlled. We can't have leverage over it at all. The technology was adapting. Anything you throw at it, this what's called Frankenstein science of monster nanobot can assimilate whatever you throw at it and add it to it. Really understand everything about your world, your technology. It was like a blog of highly intelligent, sentient rogue AI that has no way of stopping it, you know. It was designed to assimilate, but our species did able to contact the, you know, those who became of knowledge of it, and they somehow made contact because when our species came into the galaxy, we found what was left of this entire civilization was a little colony was escaping to an offskirt of their galaxy, but trying to move to another galaxy, but they didn't have the technology. Whatever left of their civilization, when we finally encountered them, actually a probe encountered them. And we found out they were sophisticated enough we can have contact with, but they didn't have our advancement. So they inform us of their history, what happened to their galaxy, and we allow them to add their integration to ours. We allow them to have political asylum.
Yeah.
So we give them refugee status. It's a rare occasion. We don't usually give refugee status, but under the circumstance that they lost the entire galaxy to their technology. Yeah. And it all started because they have a civil war within their world because it's cat-like people were highly advanced. They were instilled, but they have a war with each other for territory stake, and some of their highly sophisticated scientists created a strong AI, very strong AI, that was designing somehow some corruption would happen, a virus or something happened within their system. And the story went that one of their ship, biomechanical and artificial intelligence, because they're a hybrid, you know, biomechanical race, it went into some kind of storm, electrical storm, and the ship crashed. And from what we understand from their historical, this is like unknown to their government, unknown to their council. The ship, somehow they were trying to repair, for some reason it crashed into this mineral, asteroid got stuck into it. It started to assimilate the mineral using the part of it alter the chemical structure makeup, you know, of the AI in the ship. and then it's some kind of infection, like a virus entering the system. So it affect the AI, you affect the biomechanical aspect, you affect the digital aspect of it. And at the same time, it's being hit by some kind of space storm. And that, when they try to regenerate, repair, so part of it function, it was trying on survival mode. The AI became survival mode. Then part of the high function, got disconnected, and it was on the survival function. Next thing you know, it bleed into the rock, it bleed into, and then it assimilate that. It started to create its own life form, this and that. And about 100 years later of their time stream, that's when thing began to, it started to eat up other asteroid, and then it grew, and then it cannot configure its natural form. It's like the AI had amnesia, so it didn't know what it was. It didn't know what its purpose was. So it created its own purpose. Was to live. It created its own purpose.
Okay.
So it gave itself a purpose to live and grow and assimilate. And that's what started the whole thing. It started eating up material. It's just like the blob. It's just eating things up and assimilated, and it grew, and it started to learn and to adapt and grew. Something happened to the AI core. It got zapped by the eye in it. It disintegrated the code, and the code had to restructure itself to survive. When it did that, guess what? It became something else. And it never experienced that in the history. And finally, it keep growing. By the time that people became aware of it, it was too late. It was engulfing planets, and it had no weapon against it, It started out as a ship. It's a ship, just crashed, and AI adapted and grew, and that's amazing. And that's what happened.
So basically, it was survival mode. It recoded itself to survive.
Yes. Then it forgot who it was.
The key feature was adaptability.
Yes. And regenerate. Then it forgot who itself was, because it's crashed into the asteroid, so it cannot remember its form. So it didn't know. So it knew it has to live and survive. So it keep eating, keep simulating. It think all the asteroid was part of itself. So it start reaching out and grabbing it, and take all the element, then reaching out more and grab more. Next thing you know, it think all the planet is fragment of itself. And then it start reaching out and assimilating it, and keep going and go from there. And 100 years later, the entire planet is infested with it. It functionality. The nanites that it control, it go over there, start assimilating from atom to atom, molecule to atom. If information start infecting the life form in there, and then next year our life from having Norban, it used that as a node. So it created twisted version of oneness.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Then we found out it was a scientific ship that was in exploration that crashed in the asteroid. And, it has its own, it grew and became itself. It's more of itself in its own way. By the time that we reached to the galaxy, the exploration, the entire galaxy is engulfed it. It became a threat to our galaxy, to other galaxies that we control. That's why the higher being was already there containing it, So they are the only survivor. About several million survivors left out of all countless trillion of their being, several million were left. Well, that's good enough. They can be integrated into a society, and they actually are part of a confederation too. So they look like cat people. I kid you not, they look like cat walking on two legs. But they're not tall. They're about 4 feet, 4 to 5 feet. That's it. But they cat.
Don't play with their
They have big brain though. Their brain is elongated. That's the only difference. They look like cats, but their brain is a little different. They have a elongated head. So that means they're very intelligent. But we know the species have not obtained light body. Intelligent, yes. So we taught them the path of light body, how to eat manifested food.
I know what I'm going through is affecting the future. I
Mhm.
just feel it. Because I keep on doing my own healing, but as I do that, more information comes in, I experiment with it. Like I just said, you activate the food, do it at a cosmic level. That's
Mhm.
a lot of energy. One thing I was practicing is that, realizing that it's like the story goes that the Naga and the reptilians came from the dragon.
Mhm.
But like you said, there's no dragon. So they must have come from the ley line, if that's the case. Because that's what I feel is like when Monica told me about the dragon and I started connecting with them, I felt like right at home, like their family.
Mhm.
That felt right at home.
The ley line is
Yeah.
sentient. The ley line is
Yeah.
a sentient being. It's energy that power everything.
Yes, I know. And that's why when we try to manifest through the dragon, it's like, no, we don't need that. We don't want that.
Mhm.
Because they're already they're connected directly to source.
Yes.
Okay. So it wouldn't make sense to try and feed them if they're a source.
The source that
energy
feed
themselves.
us. That feed us all.
Exactly.
You see?
So in realizing that I am that dragon that Monica talked about, that white dragon, that means I'm actually the ley line. And the time and space does not exist, I'm still that ley line.
Mhm. But most people thinking a dragon some kind of creature with head and tail. No, that's they're missing the whole understanding what dragon is. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Because when we're talking about the dragon, we're talking about ley line energy, a cosmic energy that is living, and it looked like a river energy.
And so I've been using that since I am the ley line, the cosmic ley line. That means I'm always connected. I'm always receiving life energy from it. I'm always receiving nourishment from it, so forth, so forth.
Yeah.
And that's what I repeat. And that's why when I had that session privately with Mr. Swan, he said, keep eating that cosmic food.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say heavenly food, he said cosmic, because I keep on acknowledging and reprogramming myself to understanding that since I am that cosmic being,
Mm-hmm.
then I can always be tapped into it.
Mm-hmm.
I can receive, if I need oxygen for my body, I can receive oxygen from that source. If I need food, vitamins, I can receive it from that source and have it continuously, tap into it at a subconscious level. That way I don't need to keep manifesting food because I'm always receiving what I need.
Yes, that's true, because by thinking you're full, you become full.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that type of reprogramming, I think, is assisting my future self in a whole different level.
The thing in the future, you're going to realize if you walk into someone live in the future, you're going to have a bedroom, but not many people sleep on it. Now, you would walk into the bathroom, but you notice you don't have a toilet. You will have a mirror. You will have a mist shower, but you will notice you don't have a toilet. And why? If you eat manifested food, do you need to use the restroom?
No.
That's right.
But the thing is, though, we need to adapt our DNA, our genetic strands, to handle more of the light energy. Because when we are this dense, this chaotic, it's harder for us to live up this light. But as we are able to adapt and increase the amount of life that we can handle,
Mhm.
the more we can do that.
Well, that's why we're gonna need to capture a lot of white people, and we need to subjugate into our new religion. This is religion I created, and eat manifested food so we can use them as messenger. Because one thing about white people, they love to advertise. They strongly advertise. They know how to advertise themselves because that's what they live for. They live for marketing. Once you can capture them and brainwash them, program for our purpose, they will carry out our power throughout the whole world, the whole universe. Because that's what they do. They are like that. They are wanderers. They always been. White people has that ability. Just like what you can look at James Ring. I created him. I sending him to the direction which need to go all the time. And all of a sudden, look at what he created. And I'm here behind the scene. I was just in the cave, lonely, and from time I pop out, snatch some women in the village and take them to my cave, and just had my way. and then disappear a decade again, come back again. I'm terrible. I am a time serial killer. I stalk people time traveling. This is where people gotta realize in our reality, it's all about connection. It's all about sharing information.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know.
It's very interesting. I think there's a story, the Kabbalic story of creation,
mm-hmm.
where God created the vessel, with God being the infinite desire to give, created a vessel which is the infinite desire to receive,
mm-hmm.
and how God poured into the vessel, but the vessel became hot, became like God, having a desire to give, but God can't receive, so it didn't want any more God, so God backed up.
Mm-hmm.
But then the vessel became cold and wanted it opened up again, and God rushed back in, making the vessel hot. After the shatter became a holographic universe. Smaller versions of the same thing all around.
Mm-hmm.
And so the idea behind that story of creation says we are here, both God, we have both desire to give and receive,
Mm-hmm.
but we receive for the purpose of sharing.
Yes. And that's what I want to talk about. The why the POG don't want to take a white person into the future. And they explained to me, if you look at the movie, you have Spider-Man, and you have the Incredible Hulk, you have Iron Man, you have Thor, and here's funny. And you have Wonder Woman. You notice, is there a black Wonder Woman?
No.
Is there a black Spider-Man?
No. Now there is.
Okay, let's keep going.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, Spider-Verse. Okay. Then is there a black Incredible Hulk?
No.
Now
There's the Black Panther though.
The Black Panther, okay. Okay,
No.
okay.
There was, but the thing is, he got black for that.
Yes, but do you see what I'm getting at? The mentality. The people that want a part of the future want to take a white person to the future and give them advanced knowledge, because they notice through the movie, through the archive, people start looking at the archive. They notice our mentality come with great power, come with great responsibility. The people in the future don't care about great power, great power. They only care about efficiency and domination. So they didn't like that mentality. They require efficiency. In order to be efficient, the entire civilization has to know the same thing as the other person. So we can always back each other up, forward, backward, a flank, left, right, up, down. So the future have more of super totalitarian mentality more. Me as belong to your planetary or galactic army, everything that I know, I have to turn a report in everything I did, everything done into the intel community. They intend to distribute a teacher to make sure everyone is trained and upgraded with the new experience that I just experienced it from some other exploration, some other experiment, you know, so everyone in the whole group can become aware of the new data. Now, with the people in our time, if someone had this kind of gift and power, you think this white people want to share it?
So, look at me, I'm special.
Do you see why? So with that, that's called lack thinking. That's the reason the people of the future did not take them to the future and teach them, give them what they give me. They is not worthy. The same can be said with the other Asian. Why did they take the other Asian to the future and give them that? Because I want to be hero mentality. I, on the other hand, I want to dominate this planet galaxy, and that's what they're looking for. A Genghis Khan mentality. They're looking for Napoleon. They're looking for Hitler mentality. The people of the future.
I have certain issues. I can leave. There's certain things that, like, I don't feel like doing that. I think it's something. It could be just a lifestyle, but certain things like. But the thing is, I'm also the type of person I like to hold back and think about things. You know, what's the best record?
This is about, like, remember, sharing knowledge. Changes or order come from chaos. Someone who's willing to create the chaos and give birth to a new order according to the pattern of the universe. And that's what the people of the future wanted. They wanted for progression. Does that make sense? They want to see progression. So if you look at everything that's been progression, thanks to Genghis Khan, we have our disability because of Genghis Khan. And people didn't realize it. Genghis Khan was talking to some kind of Tangent, his god. And he was communicating with this god called Tangent, a fire god. Well, if you look at his statement, the story of Genghis Khan, the same fire god also communicate with other beings like Moses, like Muhammad, the messenger, you know. The fire god, what is a fire god? That live on the mountain. They're coming down on, like a flying fire. Here they call it the fire god, right? See? Well, other culture called the pillar of fire. They told him what to do. Napoleon, the same way. Some being was communicating with him, telling him what to do. Joan of Arc, some being was communicating with her and telling her what to do. You know, like that. Just like me, being from the future, communicating with me, telling me what to do. Well, I don't know how successful I am, but like I'm not successful like the other people. I mean, you know, I don't know if I'm successful or not, to be honest. What do you think, Carlos?
You have your success. You have your success. We're not billionaires yet.
No. When I say successful, I mean comparing to what I do and what they do, they're way beyond me, personally speaking, you know? That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But I am successful in bringing magical ability to the modern world.
Yeah.
They have not. I am successful in harnessing weaponry from the future, able to do something to this world. I am successful in that. That's really huge. And I brought healing ability to everyone. Although I have not had no millions of billion followers like the rest of them, I guess, but what I did, I able to plant the seed. I wonder what happened to all the white people who go against me. A lot of them trying to belittle me, lure me into a trap. I asked myself, why was not working? Usually they're able to, you know, shit and gigs, all right, with other people. But with me, they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
They try.
Well,
I saw
that's
it,
right. Yeah.
and I play along too, just to make them feel better. But I kind of tweak the script a little bit. They didn't know I was super crazy, for real, for real. They became my entertainment.
Yeah. That they did. And they can't like that. You're always talking bullshit and real at the same time. You're always exposing yourself, not physically, but exposing yourself. There's nothing to hold on to. They can say, hey, you know, he's pretending to be this. Tells you he's that.
They have moral. That's the problem. I have no moral or ethical. Moral is dangerous. It really destroys you from within. Think about it. Remember, moral create guilt. Guilt destroy you. I always teach people to be safety first. I always do safety first. By being true to safety first, then you definitely can't go wrong. Correct, Carlos? Military training. The safety of your man is important, and yourself. Safety first.
Yeah.
Safety has no moral. Safety is a protocol. Your objective is to keep everyone safe, including yourself. If you have that, then you don't have no moral, no ethical. Ethical or moral changes from culture to culture, but safety remains the same from culture to culture. Am I wrong? Say what? I don't.
You are correct.
Because with people hungry, they need food. It's the same across the board. If you go into a place you don't know, you can get hurt. It's all across the board. So you need intel. You know, you need supplement. And that's what happened. Okay, now enough about me and what the science of what we're doing. What's going on?
I was already doing that, talking to you about it. I'm noticing that with this, she's not the only one that's had this with this. Besides, like it's somebody I tend to like. I tend to think about him a lot.
Why don't you just use and abuse like I always train you?
I don't have the heart to do that right now. I just, you know, I am trying to tap to my dark side, but I don't know, there's certain things that, like, I value them like I value myself.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I've already been used and abused. I don't want to be abused right now either.
I like womenizing all my women. You know, me use and abuse. That's it. That and yeah. But I don't give them something back.
Yes and no, because I don't see you doing that with straight mom.
Oh no. She's the wife. How can use the wife? She gonna abuse me. No, because
if I'm interested in someone, I want them to be. I'm a Libra. Libras in general like being married. In general.
There's nothing wrong with that. Scorpio too. But me, when I'm into someone, I really into someone, and I go make a negotiate meeting. I go kidnap them. I go negotiate with them. I tell them, look, I'm going to offer you this one-time deal. I like you. I want you. We can do this the easy or the hard way. The choice up to you. That's it. And I say it's for life. Yeah, I told my dad.
You didn't say that was straight mom. I know you did. You're talking about respect. But I was like, yeah, right.
No, I went to straight mom and I told her, I said, do you love me? She said, yes. I love her. I said, yeah. Okay, let's be together. And we all into the same thing. And I told her it's not a game. This is real. And that's it. That's when we got together.
Now, I know this one. In certain ways, she's like me. She wants to be in a house where there's in a place like so suburban area where that was a lot of people.
Mhm.
She wants to work from the home, do whatever.
Because
business.
she don't want no drama. She don't want no drama because Cambodian community, just like your Puerto Rico community, you still to get people to know you, there's always drama. People will talk broadcasting drama and then it causes to shape people's opinion. She don't want that.
People. You can't stand being around people. And I like people to a degree, and I can deal with them. That's the first turn of my time, but I got to come home for charges.
Like me, I always stay in my room and talk to people here so we can talk shit about people from long distance. Because you don't want to end up you don't want to end up like Will Smith and Chris Rock. Chris Rock got slapped. Will Smith.
I think that was all fake.
This whole Oscar me is all fake, I mean,
Yeah.
But whatever happened, he got slapped. I mean, I know Chris Rock, he just got to compose himself, but I have to give that to Chris Rock. He very composed himself. Other people, they might lose it. I don't know. People get volatile, when they get emotionally out of control,
I think to some degree, though, it was safe because if you looked away, they got big still shots. And the way he went like this. He slapped them, not punched them. Slapped them, they slapped them like a girl.
Oh, you mean like
not like this. But he went like this. He went like this. He went like this. Yeah, the way he did it was like this. He slapped them.
Yeah.
But there was just a lot of things that you could see where Chris Rock was like bracing himself and then trying to block or defend. But he was bracing himself for the hit.
Yeah.
His chin was. So his whole body language was he was preparing for the slap. So it was
He say, "Uh-oh, this all coming now." But I think the whole thing is Will Smith in his marriage, he been having a little rock, a lot of rocking around his marriage and his wife, having an open relationship with one of their friend, and also she's suffering some kind of medical illness to making her hair, losing her hair or something. So she had to face, what's it called? Shave her head. And I guess everything just built up. And doesn't matter what money you got, this relationship, when the emotional heart is affected, everything just flow, in the wrong direction. And it don't take much,
I think,
to create vitality.
I think he's messed up in the head. That's why he's doing all these different things. That's my opinion.
Well, all the women is in there, they all messed up in their head because they don't got magical protection around them. That's the problem. For me, when I look at her followers, someone putting voodoo on her. And that's what's going on. I mean, out in the physical where it look like it's medical, but from the energy world, that's not medical. That's someone putting voodoo on you, making you losing your hair and stuff. Someone is messing with your energy body.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's a bias when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a side effect. When you're in Puerto Rico, you already know when someone start losing hair, this, that means that person is sick and then someone do voodoo on them. Because in your culture, they also have voodoo. No, you already know when healthy people start losing their hair, that's a sign of voodoo being implemented to them. And it's if the wrong information being sent to the energy bodies cause them to have to lose their hair.
I've learned some things from people. I've also learned how to combine things on my own. Like when you sit there and you dissolve the person's magic, the magic of their altar, their future's magic. You also back it up with technology. Satellite?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because the people of the future realize science, magic is science that you have not mastered yet. Once you master it, it's actually a science. Yeah. It's a quantum consciousness, physics. So they understand how it works. And then since I am the student, I've graduated the academy, of course, I have license to apply everything I have learned from all my great teacher, my great alien, reptilian, and robot teacher, to practical use. Well, with enough paint stick on my butt 24/7, I bet with full graduation, it's not easy making me into a sword that I am. It's a lot of hammering, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was still wondering. You know, remember I used to be on fluent all the time, but now I kind of, for all this year, since last year, been a year now, I have not messed with her. I used to be on her all the time. Remember that, Carlos? And remember that guy named Torin? Torin, remember? Torin?
Yeah, I heard Tori.
I wonder what happened to his LGBTS.
That's a good question.
He was also issued, you know?
Think about Bluetooth back.
I wonder what happened to his, everything he do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Everything he do fall apart. And the reason is, I tell you why it's fall apart.
Why?
Because he don't see things through. He falls short to his goal because he don't continue the journey. He allow little hiccup stop him. That's why. And he loved to sabotage. He loved to sabotage himself by trying to sabotage people who give a lot to him.
Yeah, he might hand the people.
Yeah.
Well, that has repercussions because if somebody's your teacher or your source, and you do that, you cut off your own source.
You do, and I chant his power. It's that simple. His power is linked to me. Everyone's power is linked to me. I am the light and the way to my bullshit. No one can go to my bullshit except through me. This is my will. Let it be done.
Yeah.
We go beat up on white people. We take them to the boot camp. That's what we do, the boot camp, I don't know why. Before I wasn't like this toward them. But they belittle people. They put down people.
Yeah.
That's the reason we turn against them. And my ego is greater than them. They cannot come close to me. They say, I'm not going to be your bitch. You're going to be my bitch because I'm the one. I'm the Führer now. Who? Oh, my wife. Let's add her in. Well, I better go now. The wife is here.
All right, I'm going. Have a good night.
All right, love you, man. This is the Old Man Show. Signing off. The Old Man Show.
Yep, the Crow Dome Convention.
Crow Dome Division. Absolutely. All right. See.